jump in this. Alright guys, give me a sec real quick, as always, gotta make sure my thing is good. And yeah, it's good. Alright guys, what's up? Death King here, welcome back to more Pso2. As I promised you, last time I said I was going to make a guide explaining some of the things to show new players and fresher players who have never played the Pso2 base version, you know, that we have. What to do in here on this version, and so on and so forth. Sorry about that. I accidentally kind of screwed my throat a bit. I was drinking a type of cocoa that I made, a hot cocoa, and I accidentally burned my throat a bit. So if I do sound like I'm clearing my throat here and there once in a while, I apologize. I kind of may have screwed it up a bit, so I'm hoping it didn't do any damage. If it did, oh god, it's gonna be bad. I'm not gonna be able to talk for a bit. But I don't think it's that bad. Hopefully it clears up by tomorrow. Anyways, yeah. Let's go jump in. Also, please note, when I do this guide, I'm gonna go ahead and explain this right away before we start. This guide is specifically only for the fresher players and those who have questions to things that they can't get from either the following methods, either by advanced players and they can't understand anything, they have no idea where to go for certain quests or whatnot, and they need it to be explained clearly and shown where to go. So that way you don't have to be like me, where I've had friends that I've invited to this game, and I usually have to tell them where to go here and there, but I'm not able to show it to them like on screen and whatnot. Sorry about that. So please take note, this is only for those types of players. If you know what the heck you're doing, this is not a video for you. Also, the other part of the title, there is no story for today. I'm going to resume the story for Pso2 on Tuesday, and I'm going to be playing something else the day after. So, if you're looking for a story, I'm sorry, not today. I will resume the story on Tuesday. So, yeah. Keep an eye out for Tuesday's stream for Pso2. That's when I will resume the story for episode 5. Alright. Now, for the new players, please note a second thing. The stuff I'm going to show you is only off of my experience and only the stuff that I've known so far. It does not mean I know everything. I am still learning about this game as I play each and every day. So eventually I'm learning new stuff and hopefully keeping it in my mind, because goddamn, the first time I played this game, you guys already know my story. I did not like how the hell you control certain characters, and I gave up on the game the first time. Then I came back the second time and said, you know, let me just give it a chance. Clearly, we go from story and then move on, and here we are. I'm now streaming the Pso2 based story on my channel. I've already done the NGS version. I beat all 3 regions, which is why I'm not an NGS anymore, and I don't give a crap what the hell's going on right now, so screw that shit for now. Well, I'm going to go back to that, like I've told everybody else on my friends list, in December, when the Stia region, the 4th region, comes out. So until then, I don't give a crap about that version right now. So with that shit being said, let's jump into this. Alright, so assuming that you've already done your character and you've already done the tutorial, which by then you should have been told to talk to this guy, we're gonna skip past that, because you're probably gonna be wondering what to do with classes and how to unlock them. The first thing we're going to want to do is talk to this person right here.
What would you like to do?
Now, when you begin, you're going to give in a selection of classes that you're gonna go choose off of. So we're going to click on the top of the list, starting off with Hunter. Hunter is basically the close quarters combat class. These guys like using swords, wire lances, spears, or partisans as they're called here, and an NGS, and gun lance. Note to self, with gun lance, and it's going to be something that's going to be shown sometimes in all these classes, the gun lance weapon is basically a weapon that can be used on every single class. My bad, not any class. So if you're wondering why when you're equipping your weapons, I'm going to go and show you. You have a gun blade here. Gun blade, I actually meant to say, not gun lance. When you have a gun blade here, you're wondering why it's the only weapon in your weapon palette while you're changing classes and why it's not going away. It's because gun blade works with every single class that you own. It's basically all classes can have this weapon on them. So just keep that in mind when you're wondering why Gunblade's still on your weapon palette and everything else is getting removed.
What would you like to do?
Unless they remove itself. I've seen times when the Gunblade gets taken off my weapon palette, but other than that, it's always been able to be used in almost all the classes that I have. Next up, we're going to move on to Fighter. Fighter is basically another combat class. These guys are also close-range guys. They usually like to move around, dance around certain enemies. One of the weapons I like using mostly on this class is the double saber. It's basically, think of it like you're going to want to be Darth Maul with a lightsaber, dual-bladed kind of shit, blah, blah, blah. You want to dance around with enemies, you want to perform crazy combos. You can perform some aerial combat with this class. I have used double saber like this. This is your kind of class right here. We also have Knuckles. I've tried those weapons. Knuckles are basically very, very nasty if used right. They can hit for massive damage, and they do have some nasty ground combat attacks. On top of that, I have not used the other weapon that comes with it, so I've only relied on Knuckles for striking those who screw with me and double saber. So go ahead and choose this class if this is what you want. Moving on to the next one we have here is Ranger. If you guys like using assault rifles and you like using launchers, Ranger is for you. This is a class where you don't have to get in front of someone's face. You can let everybody else go onto the front lines while you stay in the back and shoot people like you're playing fucking Call of Duty. We have a lot of moves here we can use, like aerial AoE attacks. Most of the launchers basically can use the explosive AoE attacks. Back in NGS, for example, I don't know if they do it here, most of the launchers had some moves that could actually create huge AoEs. I know one of them was able to be charged and it hit like a whole area in a circle and it blew everyone up. I don't know how it works. I haven't used the launcher here. I've only ran assault rifle for my class, for one of the classes I'm using, but we're not going to get to that right now. So go ahead and choose that if you want that. They are a mid-range class, so check that out. Moving from there, we have Gunner. Gunner is also a close-range combat class. Short works, guys. They like to rapidly fire their weapons. They like to dance around. They like mostly using twin machine guns. So you're going to be using some crazy Matrix moves. I know a friend of mine has used this class as his first choice until he gets one of the Scion classes. We're going to get to that in a bit. And he's shown me some of the moves before we get into the mission. One of them is basically he jumps around throwing bullets all around him in a circle. And it's kind of like that character from the Matrix movie where he spins around his damn guns and fires bullets everywhere in a circle. It's really crazy. Moving on here, we have Force. Force is the technique class. This is the magic class. Now, in NGS, I'm going to be using NGS for a lot of references for this, and this is going to probably work here too. In NGS, both Force and the Tekker class, I'm going to get to that one in a minute, are very suggested classes to have. These classes like to heal. They got a lot of technique magic like fire, wind, dark, ice. Over time, you're going to get a certain mission if you do talk to one of the characters around here in the gateway area, where you're going to get the ability to use what's called compacted techniques or fuse techniques. These are techniques that fuse all the elements, but they only can fuse 2 at a time in each single element, each single technique, my bad, and do some crazy shit. There's one I remember where you can fuse fire and I believe it's wind. Some you create like a flaming tornado. I know one of them basically lets you throw like a hurricane around and some other weird shit. Go ahead and check that out if you want that kind of class. Besides some of that stuff, there are some other moves some of these can do too. Some of them can poison, some of them can create light showers like arrows raining from the sky. Some of them can freeze the area around you. Others can like buff your opponents. The same thing with Tekker, but these guys don't do it that much. So that's the class you want. Go ahead and choose this. Moving on here, we have Tekker. This is the technique class as well. Like this, I said this is a technique class, kind of like Force, but this is the combat support version of the Force I just mentioned. Tekkers are basically, out of the two, if I had to pick, I would say Tekkers are what I would like to have on my team. These guys basically can support you by buffing you up with attack boosts and defense boosts. They can heal you quite well, and they can also remove status ailments like poison, bind, and basically panic. It's a ailment in the game that screws up your controls and makes your move very, very weird. It does happen quite a lot when you play in a certain level. I'm gonna show you which one it is a little bit later. Next up, we have Braver. Now, Braver is my main class. I played this class in NGS. This class is basically a very, very good class. As you can see, it's actually the highest I got right now, aside from another class. That's in second place, being Fighter. Braver itself is basically the Katana class. This class likes using Katana moves. It likes countering quite well. If you want to get in somebody's face and strike them with very fast critical hits and fast slashing maneuvers, this is the class for you right here. You also have a bow. Now, compared to NGS's version of the bow, here in this version, the bow is quite well. I wish that NGS took notes from the bow that was used in this version. This version's bow is nasty. It's literally got moves that work off of Launcher, which I already showed you guys over here from Gunner, or no, my bad, not Gunner. We hear from Ranger, and takes certain moves from like the Gunner moves, like like the AOE assault rifle shit, and combines them in a bow. You can range shit over. You can charge arrows and hit them like explosive AOEs. There's some move I have on me that I've learned where you can literally charge a number of arrows and fire them off like a rapid fire burst, like a triple rapid fire burst of sorts. It's quite crazy. I wish NGS did a lot better with the bows there, because Pso2's version, the base version, it got them beat on that shit. That's why I never touch a bow ever when I play Braver in NGS. I just cannot touch it. I'm sorry. I'll touch it for the combat power, but I'm not going to use it that much. At least in this version, I can say it's better here than there. Moving on here, we have Bouncer. Bouncer, what can I say about this class? Okay, I hate this class with a passion. I used it a little bit at 20, but I couldn't go any further. Well, how do I work this class out in a way that I won't express just hatred? Okay, this class uses a specific weapon called jet boots. They're basically weaponized boots on your feet that have sharp blades. Think of it like if you're figure skating in the air on a freaking enemy. These classes use those weapons to combat enemies in aerial combat. Now, there are some classes that do that, but these classes excel in aerial combat. They like to dance around and kick enemies around. Think of it like, have you guys ever seen One Piece? You guys know that that yellow blonde-haired guy, Sanji, the cook, the one that just uses his feet, not his hands? Think of it like that. If you want to be Sanji for One Piece and not use your hands for crap, pick Bouncer. Jet boots are going to be Sanji on crack 2.0. I've seen some very crazy stuff here and there, but I'm sorry, like I've said, Bouncer is just not my type of class, but I'm not going to shit it that way. If that's something you want to use, by all means, go and pick it. You do you. This guy's just to show you what I learned. Moving on here next, we have the Summoner class. Okay, in NGS, we have a class called Waker. Waker is basically a class that lets you summon 3 pets. We have one that becomes a fluffy little pillow-shaped shield Whale that summons a dragon to your side, and then I forgot the third one. In Summoner's case, it's a little different. Think of it like you're actually playing Pokemon in Pso2. You have the ability to bring 6 pets with you. I think 5 or 6. Depending on how many you want to have with you. I brought a whole set with me. Now, each pet has different moves they can use, but there is a lot you have to do to get used to this class. You have to level them up by raising them with other eggs. You have to feed them certain treats and candy and all this BS. You have to make sure that their stats are well readied before you put them in battle. It's like a combination of playing actual Pokemon. Those of you who are big Pokemon fanatics, I'm not saying that I'm not one, but you know what I'm talking about. You guys like raising Pokemon, you like giving them IBs, or whatever the hell you call those stat lines. Think of it like that in Summoner's case. They want to raise the best pets, they want to give them the best stats, and they want to make sure they don't get screwed over in battle. There are some cases where I've seen, and I've used Summoner, you can see it's gotten to 60, where your pets will tell you over time they want to be healed or they want a certain buff on them. And if you please them like that, they will give you certain buffs in return. There are some skills you can earn, or unlock, my bad, when you get to a certain level, where you can get shared stats among each other with your pet. There's one where you can share your damage stats or your attack stats, like, you know, boosting up your combat and all that among your pets and a whole bunch of crazy stuff. So if you kind of want to play Pokemon in Pso2, you want to see how that feels like, play Summoner. Here it is. Have fun. I am going to warn you, though, not a lot of people I've seen in this game have actually used Summoner. I am sorry to tell you this. I have not seen that many people play Summoner. I am so freaking shocked that I actually managed to get it to level 60, and I will get it further one day, but not the hell right now. You got me effed up. Okay, so down here you're noticing that there are, except for this class, but when you're starting, but let's say when you're starting out, you'll notice that there are 4 classes down here that are actually grayed out. These classes are called the Scion classes. Now, over time, you're going to be leveling up your classes. You're going to get to a point where you're going to be told that you have the ability to unlock a Scion class. Scion classes can only be unlocked under one condition. You have to have, first, your subclass and your main class both at level 75. Let me go back. My bad on that. Now, once you unlock them at levels, the level requirements, let me leave this real quick. We're going to come over here, and we're going to talk to that same person who introduces it to us. Now, you're going to get these permit trials here. These permit trials are going to be based on what class you want to go for. If you complete them, you will get the title, and you will get the access to unlock the class. Now, here's the thing about the Scion classes that I need to tell you strictly. You cannot equip a subclass to a Scion class. Wrong one right there, my bad. So when you go to, like, for example, I have Phantom, I can only use this class. I cannot equip any subclass with it. But if, let's say, for example, I equip my Braver as my main class, I can equip my Phantom Scion class as a subclass and have it level up like all the other shit. So keep in mind, these classes won't let you take a subclass with you. They work alone. Now, each of these classes work a little bit different. I'll tell you, like I said, all the other shit to the best of my abilities. If you want to look this stuff up, go ahead and do so. If you do really want to go there, I would recommend you check out ARC's Visiphone. It is a website that has been made up of all the information from veteran players on Pso2. I use it a lot. I get all my information most of the times when I'm stuck in certain missions, or I'm looking up certain weapons or where to get stuff. I highly recommend you check out that website if you can. It's got all the information you need, from leveling up your classes to what you got to do to stats, everything. So check that out if you need more information. Now, let's go in with classes do what. First, we got Hero. Hero is basically a melee, range, and technique class. This class is basically the Force, Techer, Fighter, and Gunner of sorts. or not gunner, mostly fighter, the force, and I believe the magic version, the other magic version of that shit. Now, these guys mostly I've seen use great swords, but they are kind of considered the heavier tank versions compared to fighters and hunter versions. They do like using a lot of sword build-up moves I've seen, and some of these classes also do have quite a good stat line to boost up other players in a way, because they are taking techniques with them. Their range tags do like to work off of swords, so keep in mind there. If you want to do that kind of class, that's up to you. I haven't used this class that much, so this is only going off by what I've looked up. Next up, we have Phantom. Phantom is basically Braver, Gunner, and a Rod class like Tekker or Force. These classes basically like using all the shit I've told you from the first class being Braver mainly, and turning that level up to 100. These classes basically are very fast, especially when I'm using Katana. I can show you for an example. With Katana, I've been able to hit quite nasty criticals. They have an ability on them called a Phantom Marker, which when you mark it on an enemy, you basically can cause extreme damage to them, depending how leveled up it is. You can also cause it to detonate, and that's extra damage on. So they're basically just versatile in that kind of damage style. They also like using Rifle. The other class weapon I use for this is also Rifle. And Rifle basically is all AoE now. Now it's basically able to fire bullets around like no tomorrow. You're able to dance around and blast without a care in the freaking world. It's just insanity with this class here. So if you want to go ahead and go for that kind of class where it has a lot of shit from you want to shoot stuff all around you to you want to dance around with your blade and take out people like you just don't care, this is for you. Next up, we have Etoile. Okay, so for this class, it's just like the hero class, but I do recall a little bit from what our friends told me. This class likes to screw around in the air a lot. They are quite nasty, and they do have different methods of moving around here and there. They have defensive and offensive close-range type abilities, but it varies by what weapon you're using, so they can switch back and forth. I recall that's what I heard from a friend. Go ahead and check that out if that's the class you want for you. And last but not least, we have the Gunblade class, Luster. Now, this class itself, again, I looked it up a bit, so I do remember this one. This one has 3 different variation styles it can use. One of the styles is the defensive version, an offensive, and it has one where you can build up a crap ton of damage, but you have to use it right, because if you mess up, your damage isn't going to be built right, and you're going to just have what you're based off of your weapon. It only can use the Gunblade, and as for the weapon element that you get on it, it varies only which style you have. I don't remember if you can equip all 3. You might have to just pick one among the others, so pick wisely which one you want for Luster. So once you get all that shit done there, you're pretty much set up for your classes. Now, you might be asking here, how do you level up and what's the best way to level up? Okay, so upon reaching level 20, you should already have subclass unlocked, because that's when you're going to get to talk to this chick right here, and you're going to have this here called the subclass Hermit Trial. This needs to be unlocked by doing the following enemies, the Garungo and the Frodon. You can find these enemies in the Force Expedition missions. So what you're going to want to do, if you get that mission, you're going to go to quest line, you're going to go to Expedition, you're going to go over here. They're going to be random around here, so just play it around every now and then. And you'll find them around here. I believe you can find the other variation in Volcanic Caves, but it has to come in an emergency trial sometimes. Okay, so once you have that stuff done, if you want to level up past 20, you don't know how, you're going to want to make sure you keep an eye on the recommended quests. Every day, it's going to reset a different type of quest. You're going to get 4 different quest lines you're going to be doing here. Each of these quests have a chance to give you a special present box. Now, you can't see them right now because I've already done them, but when you first beginning here, you're going to see a little orange box on each of these quests. When you complete these quests and get them all to S rank or A, because apparently I'm hearing A is also okay, I guess. you will have a chance to get a bonus key on you. Keep in mind, though, it's not always accurate to getting a bonus key. You may end up getting a bunch of other crap you don't need early on until you're like around the higher level and you need that shit. But by then you're already going to probably farm it up elsewhere. Now, out of all 4 of these quests, there is a single quest here with an orange little square right here. And you see right there it says XP earned plus 200%. This is the XP quest. This quest can be guaranteed to increase your level, and when you're starting off, depending on how high you go, you get more XP. Keep in mind, you're going to want to make sure at this time, if you did not use them already, you stopped some of them saved up, use your tri boosters and your XP boosters. I'm going to show you what I mean by that. So over time, you're going to be doing missions, you're going to come across these items right here, like the XP boosters or tri boosters. Tri boosters are basically these boosters on crack. They have the ability to increase the amount of meseta, or the currency you're going to be using a lot for weapons and buying other shit in the personal shop, your XP gain, and your rare drop rate, depending on how high the percentage is. I got a 50% one right here, so it's only going to be used for 30 minutes. But there's also a 100% version, and I know there's a 150% version, if you ever come across those versions. So make sure you have these here stocked up if you're going to do the recommended quest, especially if you're going to do the XP variation of this, like this one right here. Have them readied up. Another thing I would recommend, if you're able to, party up with friends. Every time you party up with a person in your party, it gives you what's called a party boost, or a party tri boost. When you have a full team, you can go up to a 40% tri boost in a party entirely. This is very, very useful if you're going to want to get some XP here and there. But other than that, every day you want to make sure you do all these quests to get the bonus keys. Now, I have, I believe, a few of them I can show you here on me. I'm not going to do them right now, but you can see them whenever I'm doing a stream. I don't have it here. Okay. Already fucked the hell up. I apologize, guys. Give me one freaking second. I'm so sorry. Okay, so these keys right here are the Tokyo bonus keys. Now, there are 3 variations of these, but I'm going to go show you off of the missions rather than the keys. But that's what you are going to earn.
Which quest are you up for?
So when you get your hands, let's say, on one of these keys, you're going to be wondering, where do you go to do these keys? Where can you use them? You're going to click on right here where I clicked on the bonus quest. And you're going to see here that there are missions based on the key you have. The only exception are the Magatsu Silver and the Magatsu Gold. These keys do not exist anymore in this game because these were event-only keys, and we don't have these events anymore. The game's already done. The game's complete. They won't do these keys anymore, and you can't get them anywhere else. These are the only 2 special bonus missions you cannot do anymore at all. So these are excluded on the list. Or off the list, my bad. The only exceptions are the Tokyo Silver, Tokyo Gold, the Rappy Fever, Kasuchi Assault, and the extremely rare Tokyo Rainbow Key. Now, why did I say this is extremely rare? I heard this again from another friend of mine who is also showing me a few things here and there as they were around during the old days of the PC era playing this game. Back when when the game was so brimming with players, the developers would run events that would have given everyone who was on and didn't miss these events the Tokyo Rainbow Keys. These keys would come here and there every once in a while when they did these events. Now, when you got these keys, they were very, very much coveted like a freaking bar of gold. And the reason why they are coveted is because out of this, and I guess these keys back when they were still available, this key gives a crap ton more XP than all of these keys combined, and a crap ton more loot if you're using tri boosters and rare drop raid boosters and so on and so forth, because of the special enemies that you can see right there. So these keys were heavily coveted back then, but since, like I've said already before with the Magatsu Silver and Gold keys, those events don't exist anymore. We don't have that shit. Global missed out on almost everything coming here to console. The console, PC was kind of lucky enough to get all that shit, even the concerts. So we don't have that shit no more. Nowadays, if you want to get very lucky to get a rainbow key, you're going to have to pray RN Jesus gives it to you in one of the 4 missions out of their boxes. And you better pray that you get lucky, otherwise you're just going to be stuck with all the other keys. Now, in each of these missions, not these missions right here, my bad. In each of these bonus missions, you are guaranteed a good amount of XP, and a good amount of loot here from these. It's mostly going to oh man, I cannot say shit right now. It's mostly because of my throat. I apologize. It's going to be buried basically by 10-star units and garbage you've already earned. But you mostly want to focus on these for the XP. Now, each of these enemies that you see right here on the side of the right side of the corner are the enemies you're going to be fighting these keys. So when you get these keys, you do them, and that's what you're going to be fighting. And right there, by the way, it says items available. That's most of the sneak peeks you're going to get for items. There's a lot more, but I'm not going to go through the whole list. It's too big. There's a lot of crap. I'm just not going to list it all. Also, there is another thing I'm going to warn you about. When these keys are obtained, you're going to get a date on these keys. I'm going to go back to my storage and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. So, yeah. And where the hell is my key? Okay, so if you look on the right side of my screen, you're going to see it says period of availability or whatever. That is the day I have until it expires. Once that key expires, I can no longer use it. But there is a way to use them after that happens. We're going to get to that in a second. God damn, man. I hope this fucking shit with my throat really heals up. I apologize if you say you're looking weird, so I'm going to clear my throat and all that. Lesson to learn. Do not try to drink something hot without at least letting it cool the fuck down right away. You know.
Which quest are you up for?
I'm learning that lesson the freaking hard way. That's one of the important things you want to do when you're starting off. Anyways, you know, leveling up and all this shit. Another thing you want to do when if you want to get more shit off of that is you want to come over here to where this little globe is where it says quests, and you're going to get on Ark's missions. Now, if you're starting off with the story, you're going to list off by main missions, daily missions, and weekly missions. If you're starting off the story early, you're going to earn things like 15,000 XP tickets, which you can use if you want early on for extra easy XP, or save them. It's up to you. You also earn things like the star gems you see here. You should already know what these are if you've already played NGS. They are basically the currency to get like cosmetics and weapon skins and all this other crap. So easy to get after a while, but when you play on the later stories, like I've done in the story on stream, you're not going to get this that much. You're just going to get random crap. Along with that, you're also going to get X cubes. We're going to show you a little bit later what these are for. But those can also be obtained from your daily missions and your weeklies. Now, dailies and weeklies are a little different. You can't see them right now because I've already done them. Daily missions basically will ask you to go do most of the stuff that I've already explained. So, for example, you go to your quest line, they're going to ask you to go to, let's say, here in the forest, complete a certain expedition here, or go defeat a certain enemy anywhere in one of these missions a certain number of times, complete orders and get some money. When you do that, you're guaranteed a good amount of money, good amount of XP, and you're also guaranteed another bonus key, the Tokyo Silver version, every time you do this shit. So it's very, very highly recommended that you do that shit. On top of your weeklies, those are also able to give you a good amount of Meseta. Altogether, you should be able to earn close to like 1.5 million Meseta every time you do this shit. So make sure to keep an eye out for this shit. Now, if you want to add on to this shit, every time you do these missions right here, you're going to be given an option to talk to a daily officer to get their missions, or it'll pop up on a menu right here. So we're going to walk over here to this side, and we're going to talk to Fina here. She is the daily order officer. Every time, same with the recommendeds. These are going to reset, and you're going to get a specific amount of different varied client orders. These right here at the top are with the little blue arrow going up, mean they'll give you a crap ton more XP and Meseta On top of that, you're also going to get a daily boost. And you can see on the top right corner, and mine is maxed out, this is also another try booster you'll have until it resets next week. Or for you and me as well, whenever you play. And you have to fill it up all over again in order to get that again. Now, most of these quests can be done from this person right here, as this is where I do my quests. Or, if you want, like me, you can talk to this guy right here, Hans. And most of his missions are going to the forest, going to the volcanic caves expedition, going to kill some robots, etc., etc. Most of his missions are going to always be the ones that pop up when you're doing recommended quests. And if you don't believe me, I've done these so many times, and I always get his shit out of every one of the things I just mentioned in the client officer's orders combined. I've still got like at least 10 of his client orders I haven't done yet. But besides him, there is one more person over here on the right that I started doing their orders before I started doing Hans. And this is Laverne. Laverne over here will ask you to kill nothing but false spawn. These enemies mostly pop up in areas where you see a lot of false spawn enemies. She's going to ask you to kill quite a few here and there. One of these, like this one here, is a boss type. When you get these, you can accept these if you want. Now, here's the thing with client orders. I'm going to go back here, and we're going to click on the client orders version. You're going to click over here where it says everyone's client orders. You're going to see it says 13 out of 20. That's because you can only accept 20 maximum. If you want to buy, buy shouldn't have rephrased what I'm about to say. If you want to get more than 20 of these client orders from any of these three people, you have to pay AC or ARX Cash. ARX Cash is another currency besides Star Gems that we use in both NGS and Pso2. You can buy it from the PS Store. You should see it down the fuck there. If you haven't used it already, or ask a friend about it, you can use that to increase the number of orders you can gain besides the 20 that you get for free. So, you got that shit done. You're getting all this here done. And if you did pick up your missions and have gotten your hands on X cubes and all this other stuff, then you're also going to be wondering, where do you go take those? Well, I'm going to show you now. Now we're going to go over to the shopping plaza. This is where you're mostly going to come every once in a while when you're upgrading your weapons. You have your weapon specialist here. This person will always help you upgrade your stuff. You can add augments, same shit you do with NGS. The only difference is here we have some different shit. We have weapon transmutation, which lets you change the appearance of your weapons. You got to get a special pass for that. You have photon color. I can't do it right now on my weapons, but there are certain weapons that are photon-wise that let you change the color of how your appearance looks. You will have to pay a hefty price for them, so just be careful on that. The next thing on this version that you can do that you can't do on NGS is something called cancel order registration. Now, I learned about this a little earlier today because another friend of mine wanted to get his hands on a gunblade, and I had one on me that I didn't want to keep anymore, and I wanted to sell to him because he loves gunblades. He is crazy about them. He knows how to use them better than me. This right here is very important. The next area I'm going to show you right up there in a bit is going to have a special pass that will allow you to come in here, and if you have a weapon that you cannot sell in your personal shop, you have to come here and you have that weapon on you and the pass. And you might have to pay a little price. I don't remember how much you have to pay for it. Once you use that pass and the weapon that you want to get rid of and sell in your personal shop, you need to make sure you do not, I repeat, do not enhance it, do not touch augments, nothing. Doing so will revert it back to owner registration, which means that you just wasted the pass you just used, and you just fucked up, which you have to buy another one with the X cubes. Which, again, I'm going to go show you where that is. Next up here, we have the Techer. This person is another person you're going to be coming to. Remember the bonus key quests I showed you? Over time, your rare drop loot is not just going to be weapons you can see. There are some that you're going to get called special question mark weapons. These weapons cannot be seen what they are until you appraise them. When you come here, you're going to ask you to appraise the weapon. You have to pay a hefty price here and there. they're also going to ask you to pay, not pay, but they're going to ask you to select an element and a certain thing. I'm going to show you what this does, actually. I do have a weapon on me in my storage, so I can show you a demonstration for this better than explaining it.
Need something?
So let me go ahead and go to my storage real quick. And go to my weapon. Not that right there, my all storage, stupid. Goddamn game. How do I still freaking deal with your crap sometimes? Alright, we're gonna take this weapon that I just got. I'm gonna show you how to use this lady right here in her method. So what you're gonna do is when you get a weapon like this one right here, I'm gonna show it to you real quick. Like these weapons, you're gonna get these quite a lot when you're done with certain missions. If you're doing the bonus key missions or any mission, you're gonna sometimes kill a boss, you're gonna see this little red diamond. When you break it open, you're gonna get a lot of loot, and at all the loot, you're gonna get this type of weapon. Now, it'll only show a little picture of what type of weapon it is. It's not going to tell you what it is, and it's only just going to say the following. An unappraised weapon, you have to take it to the appraisal shop to learn more about it. And if you come over here, they don't tell you nothing about the augments. You don't know nothing about its conditions, no stats, nothing. So, we're going to talk to the tacker over here. And with this lady, you're going to have one of two options. The first one is appraised items. This is the normal version. Over here, you're going to see that you're going to be painted quite cheap. So you're going to click on the weapon. You're going to add an element. You can pick fire, ice, lightning, wind, light, and dark. After that, you will then pick the augment you want. So we have Lucky Charm for rare drops. Meseta increases your rare your money drops up. And then XP. So we're going to go ahead and show you here a little... Actually do it right now because I don't freaking mind getting my money back. So let's say I want a lightning, and for me, I want money right now. We're gonna go ahead and click on this right here. And as you can see right now it revealed what the weapon is. I got a +2 Sigalaga Katana. Right here we can see now we have the stats, we have the rarity stars, we have the stat lines, we have everything unlocked. And you can see some of these will have certain stat lines on... The very right over here, you got the boosts of what it all comes with, and here and there. Now, you may have noticed there's another one here, and this is called the Enhanced Appraisal. So for this, I'm going to need to go pull out another weapon from my storage. Yay. But hey, I'm the one who decided to do this guide video, so fuck it. I gotta suck, so screw it. You know, I gotta suck it up. Yeah, man. Alright, we're going to take another Katana Unknown Appraisal weapon. We're going to come back to this lady. Now, we're going to do this a little differently.
Leave it to me.
Now, we're going to try an appraisal. Oh, and I cannot do it because I don't have enough money. Give me 1 second, please. I have to retrieve some cash. Mother effer. The things I do to get cash in this game, I swear to God. I don't mind getting these because these are very easy to farm. I just need enough to get 150k and I can just get my money back in the morning. Give me 1 second. Yeah, we're going to go and sell that. Bye-bye, buddy. I don't want that piece of crap. You got me fucked up. We're also going to do that. And, you know what? Take a... No, not all my grinders. Hell no. See, I'm not that stupid. Sure, I don't mind. I really don't need. I got a better katana than that crap. Alright, we got the money now.
Leave it to me.
The next version of appraisal you can use is called an enhanced appraisal. Now, these are going to be quite somewhat expensive when you're beginning out. So you're probably not going to have this much money saved up. It's going to be a waste, but later on the line, you're probably going to make a fuck ton of money. You're not really going to care. So with this version, this is more likely to give you a higher rarity of weapon and better augments on them. On top of it, if you're very, very lucky, like I have gotten, you may get a 15-star weapon with really good augments on it. So keep in mind when you're doing this, you may want to try this every once in a while. So we're going to go ahead and show you what it does here. Same thing as before. I want an ice katana, and as you can see now, all the augments have gone up to the 2 stage. So we got Lucky Stage 2, which now... Lucky Charm, my bad, which goes up now by 2% for rare drops. Meseta now is up by 10% drop, and increase XP by 2% extra. So let's go with XP for this one. Go and show you guys here. This guy can see now I have a rank 9 or 9-star variated one, and I got better stats, better augments on this one. So there's something to keep an eye out when you're doing missions. You want to get better weapons and shit, go here. It saves you time, you know, if you don't want to waste your money in the personal shop. That helps you out. Now, on to the main thing that I want to show you before we get up to that shop up there. I'm going to show you. So, remember those XQs I was talking about earlier? If you happen to need some a little bit faster, you can trade certain 10-star to 12-star rarity weapons you don't want for XQs here. Now, he's going to ask you to trade one every single time you want to get an XQ. Over time, you're going to get a crap ton of these rarity star weapons that you don't want. And it's going to be quite common when you get to the higher levels and you get to the more pain-in-the-ass missions. So don't be surprised if you get them clogged up in your storage. If that is the case, come to this shop. This is the swap shop guy. You can do this for these types of rarities. You can go over here and exchange for photon spears. These are going to be for the next shop I'm going to show you up there. Photon spears. You got a lot of different shit you can trade in if you have certain things. These right here are for the scratch tickets. If you do the scratch tickets pulls on this version, you cannot use NGS scratch items, by the way. I've already tried it. It does not work. So just keep that in mind. Alright.
I look forward to your next visit.
Besides all the other shit, that don't worry about that, because at this point, when you're watching this, it does not matter. We're going to move on to the other shops. So, if you wanted to ever get other prizes and you do certain missions, you're going to come across certain currencies that you're not going to know what they are. The next shops up here on the next floor are going to have quite a crap ton of prizes and stuff you can earn. So we're going to first start off over here with the Photon Drop and Photon Booster exchange shops. Over time, you're going to come across the Photon Spears and all this other shit. You can exchange them here for certain items. You got XP boosters here. You got items for enhancing your weapons. These right here for your mags, which you will get somewhere around level 20. Like with that trial, you got to go talk to Coffee. That basically you're going to be talking to her quite a bit when you level up every here once in a while. When you get boosters, and I'm going to show you what mission this does when we go back to the gate area, you can get stuff here. Now, an item I would recommend when you get a crap ton is this right here called an XP weapon mini. This weapon right here is not an actual weapon to equip. What you do with these right here is you go back to the item specialist and you're going to use these items to level up your weapons. These work well over any of your other weapons that you're trying to trash. So instead of using all the other crap that you could be using for, I guess, cash, if it's not a 10-star and higher rarity weapon, you know, to trade for XQs and that, use these instead. And the next mission I'm going to show you when we get back to the gate area, you're going to be guaranteed a crap ton of these boosters that are going to help you out for these kinds of items. So keep in mind you want to get items like these. But if you want everything else here, like these skins and that, then make sure you have enough to get these. There are Gunblade, Double Saber, Wireless, it's a crap ton of these. I've gotten the Katana skins all the way up to the Leaf and the Autumn Breeze, which has a really cool little FX effect that lets you see like red and yellowish autumn leaves that float around you whenever you slash with the blade. So recommend you check this one out if anybody is playing with a katana, aka Braver. Okay, next one we have here is there's actually a XQ exchange shop. Now these guys right here are a little different. You're gonna see different shit for every other shop. These guys here have grinders. I do not recommend you use your XQs for grinders. You will earn these easily in any mission. And same with synthesizers. These are easy to earn as well. So don't do this on those. What I would recommend, and this is only by how I've used them, if you ever come across the point where you're going to be unlocking your personal quarters, use some of them for this, because it'll give you a personal quarters use 3 days pass, which you're seeing right there. And you can pile these up as much as you want, depending on how long you want to keep your personal quarters. On top of that, there's also the fun 1,000 ticket point. 1,000 points for fun tickets. Fun points are basically points you can earn whenever you give a kudos to anybody in the personal shop. You're going to write a little message saying thank you and this and that, and you're guaranteed points here. You can also earn fun points whenever you revive any of your friends or any other of your allies in any mission. And you can do this up to 5 times. So you earn like between 10 or 20 points, and after that they'll tell you that you can't earn any more fun points by resing any people. These points allow you to get cosmetics and stuff for your personal quarters, like different skins, wallpapers, etc. So if you want to get these kinds of points, you can use them for this instead. Next up here, we have the rare drop raids that I was telling you about. Now, again, like I said with the grinders and the synthesizers, I do not recommend you do it for this. In the earlier versions of the story, you are going to come across quite a good amount of these, as well as with your dailies, weeklies, and anything you do order-wise when it resets every day. So don't worry about this right here. You're going to earn quite a crap ton of those along with tri boosters every once in a while. And as you can see right here, they also sell weapon minis here if you want to do the XQ variation. On top of weapons and a lot of back units with some nice effects. So if you can look at my right side screen, I'm going to show you what these all look like. We have the Rappy Feathers. Nice little Rappy Feathers floating around in yellow. We got the Leaf Brush, which is a little wind hurricane going around with leaves. The Libre Fray, which is basically a blazing flame around me. Makes me look like a Human Torch from the Fantastic Four. This one here, which conjures a sandstorm. Seagull Dust, which is basically, it looks like little sparkles. The Voltaic, which is basically electricity. And yeah, that's just basically some of the shit you can earn.
Please come again. Come on in.
Next up here, we have another exchanger here. This is the Battle Coin Exchanger. Now, unlike NGS, we don't have this yet, there is a special area called the Battle Arena. That, again, I learned thanks to another friend of mine. I really got to thank them a lot. They did teach me quite a lot that I couldn't learn doing this shit solo. I would have been so clueless learning about this. When you get a chance, check out an area called the Battle Arena. I'm going to show it to you only by where you can select. I'm not going to go into it. You can basically fight other players, and whether you win or lose, you're going to earn a thing called the Battle Coin. You can come in here and exchange your Battle Coins once you pile a good amount for skins, dresses, and a bunch of other stuff for your male or female characters. You also get little emotes, cosmetics. You get use the actual weapon camos based on the weapons that you can use in the Battle Arena. Which you can see, these are all the weapons that we can use there, because in the arena, you can't use your actual weapons. You have to use their weapons. Which, I'm just going to tell you right now, they suck so bad. You can see why I only had 204 battle coins, because that's how bad that was. These are all the weapons there. You can earn these items right here. And if you get very lucky and save a good amount, you can get the 15k EXP tickets that you will earn a good amount of in the earlier stages of the story if you just go through all that. On top of that, we have the limited version here. If you decide to do this every once in a while when it resets, and it says right there it resets on Wednesday, you can earn star gems from them. You can learn my bad. You can earn stuff here for your weapons to augment their elements, augmentation aids, and a bunch of other stuff here. These right here, I'm going to go through these next. This is going to be another thing that's going to help you out with XP. But it's another thing you can earn right there too. The next thing here that we have is the Weapon Memory Exchanger. Now, unfortunately, memory does not exist anymore in the global version. Again, like all the other shit I said way earlier, they got rid of it. It already ended because, you know, the game's over with. But the badges, at least the unique ones, not this, and this, they don't exist either. These at least exist. Now, unique weapon badges, you can earn these by defeating Rappies and other different enemies. When you earn a good amount of these, you can exchange them here for these types of nice weapons. If you want this piece of shit, but it's easy to get. All this other stuff right here. There's a crap ton of weapons here you can earn if you're up to. These are all 15 to in between 12 star unit weapons and all this shit. So if you want to check this out, go ahead. It's up to you.
See you around.
Oh, wait. I forgot to show you one more thing. Another type of enemy also, or in certain other missions, will drop these things called Rising Badges. You can exchange these badges in here for different types of variations. I'm not going to go through the whole list, but there are different versions that you will get, 1 through 5, and there's also going to be candy and treats you can give to your summoner pets if you want to get them from there.
Did you
Moving
bring a
up here,
bunch?
next is the Astrocyte Exchanger. Do you guys recall when I was talking about the bonus Tokyo Silver, Gold, and Rainbow keys? You're going to come across this item right here. I don't have it on me, I think right now. I don't really right now. But you're going to come across this little red rock among your rare drops that's called a Kageseo Phantasmalite. Now, I'm going to go ahead to my storage. I'm going to go ahead and go over here, and I'm going to show you. If you're doing the Tokyo Silver and the Gold version, this is going to be a very common thing that'll drop in all the boxes after you get done breaking the red diamond with all your better loot. You can exchange these weapons, or these items. I have 4 weapons, actually. I'm going to say for the weapons, yeah. And here are the weapons we have right here. These are not that good, but you want to look into them, go ahead. Up to you. I would not recommend it. On top of that, there is also another astrocyte up there, and that's called the Trista Rainbow Astrocyte. Now, I'm going to go back over here. I'm going to show you this one. So, I only have 2. This astrocyte version can only drop from the Rainbow key, the very rare key I was talking about early. So, you cannot obtain this version of rock from any of the other keys, like the Tokyo Silver and Gold. You can only get this one from the Rainbow key, so keep in mind that's where it only comes from. Alright, on to the next thing here we have is the Metal Barter. Metal Barters basically only allow you to exchange metals if you do specific special quests that'll give them to you. Prize quests will only go for the higher difficulty leveled missions. Sometimes you will earn these, sometimes you will not, and you won't even get that many. You'll have to farm them up quite a bit. But as you can see here, there is some very good weapons that I want to get my hands on eventually, when I'm a higher level to run these a lot. And you can see these each have different augments and different things on them. And some of these look really cool. You got these back units like this shit right here. And you also have Divide Metals. Divide Metals are another version of quests you can do too. But you have to be very high level to do these, because you can't run them at a specific level. You got to be like around 85 and over. And again, other weapons, other augment add-ons you can do. If you want to exchange for gold, prize metals, the Labanda grinders, regular grinders, and much more. Now, the next thing we have here is a Buster Medal. Now, I'm not going to go through this one. I'm going to explain why. Unfortunately, this one right here is, I've seen it already, but this one I can't explain much. The reason why for this one is we need to unlock a specific quest called a Buster Quest. And even if I showed you where it is, I can't access it, because we have to play over a little bit more on to episode 5, where I'm at right now in the story, so until we get to a point where I have access to do it. So when we get to that point eventually, I'm going to come back during story when that day comes, and we're going to do this. But what you would do is basically, when you complete a Buster Quest mission, you'll come here and exchange your medals here. Now, I think I learned from said friend that I mentioned before that taught me a few things here. You can do this with any other friend as long as they either have it on them or didn't even do episode 5. It doesn't matter. Now, I already done episode 5, but what I'm trying to say is basically if you didn't get to the point where you didn't unlock Buster Quest, don't worry about it, because I was able to join said friend, and surprisingly I was able to do the quest, and it's pretty much not that bad. It's pretty cool, but it gets quite hectic, and it's really, really insane. When you get there and do these missions, you will unlock these Buster Medals, and you can come over here and exchange them. Now, we're not going to go there right now. Same with this one here, same shit, until I unlock it so we can look at it further.
Come again.
Now, there's a few missions I showed you for some of these things here. We're going to go back to the gate area and I'm going to show you the shit. So, let's go back to the gate area. Hello, elevator. Take me out to the gate area. Thank you. Now, one item I showed you at the beginning of the list was the Photon Booster. Now, for this to be obtained, you're going to have to go to your quest line, or quest list, and you're going to go right down here, and you're going to unlock something, if you didn't already, called the Advanced Quest. Advanced Quests can only be unlocked around level 50, and when you get them, you have to pay a special item called an Advanced Capsule. Early on in the story, you're going to get a set called an Advanced Capsule set. which is going to give you advanced capsules A, B, and C. You're going to get 10 of each. Now, each of these missions have capsules that can be paid from A all the way to capsule F. And these vary on how high of a difficulty you want to go into. And as you can see with, remember when I showed you in the recommended quest line over here, like this mission, there's also an XP mission. The thing is, though, I'm going to go back. And you saw that where it said 200% XP earn. And these missions, you only earn half of that XP. But you are guaranteed the photon boosters, and these things can drop a really crap ton. Whether you use a rare drop booster or not, you are guaranteed a really good amount. Now, I'm going to go into the gate area. I'm going to show you how this kind of works in a bit. But basically, there is a certain condition to these where you're not just going to be fighting normal enemies. You're going to be fighting a lot of boss enemies. And as you can see, most of the, all of these actually have an unknown question mark on them. The reason why this is because there's going to be a very different random boss coming on all of these. Sometimes they might not change at all for some of these. But in between, until you get to the final area for all these missions, you're going to be finding random different shit. Most of these bosses will be bosses you've already fought in the earlier episode stories, depending on which ones you've done. Most of these bosses will pop here and there again multiple times, and most of these will have different versions. So when you fight these guys, they may also have a chance to drop rare loot items and weapons and here and there. Now, how you start these items here, quests, my bad. We're gonna actually do have to take one. Hold on. I do have to start one, I'm afraid, my bad. But we're not actually gonna start one right here, actually. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try to act like I'm gonna go do the Daybreak exploration. But I'm not gonna go into the gateways. I don't care about this right now. I just want to show you guys real quick how to do this. So this is just going to be used as so I get here and show an example. Okay, so before we get to that, welcome to the Gateway ship. This is where you're going to be coming every so often to start your missions. Over here, by this little terminal with the yellow dot right here, we have the quest counter terminal. If you do not want to go back to this portal and go back to the gateway area, you can come here and do certain missions. Now, keep in mind, you're not going to be able to select almost everything right away from here, and sometimes you will be forced with no choice but to go back to the gateway area. So keep in mind, not everything can be selected in this terminal. But those quests that you can pull off here, you can just come up to this quest line and you can do them here with a friend or whoever you have added in your party. Now, we're going to go ahead and, before we get to that next thing, here's the medical terminal. Here, you can pick different drinks based on what you want. You got the Shifta drinks, which are attack drinks. You have the D-Man for defense. And you have the HP drinks, which are the guts drinks. Now, on each of these drinks listed, you see there's a triangle. These are premium drinks. These drinks can only be drunk when you have AC or the premium cash that I've told you can get on the damn PS Store. Now, a little thing I learned from these drinks that I looked up on the Vistaphone website that I told you guys a bit earlier. If you do get lucky, you have to drink this drink at least a few times. If you drink the Shifta drink, you do have a chance to get an XP effect on this drink. Now, it only works with Shifta. You cannot do this with the D-Band, and you can't use this with the HP Guts drink. So keep in mind, if you want an additional bonus XP, I believe it's 10%, you have to drink the Shifta drinks. Alright, now, that aside, next over here we have your storage terminal. Again, you don't want to go outside and you want to drop shit off here for going to your next mission. Use this so that you can drop your Masetta. Same shit we do with NGS, but we do it in this. Next up here, we have the shop terminal. This is going to be where you're going to be coming when you want to pick up your healing items. You can see I have to pick all mine because I got done doing a mission way earlier. But also, you have your telepipes. These are basically emergency gateway ship escape items. What you would use these for is basically if you don't want to go all the way back to the teleporter that you start from, You drop these in if they let you drop them. Some missions, they don't let you use these. I've got into that situation where I can't come back to the gateway ship, and I would end up getting fucked over in a mission. And most of the times, it'd be quest fail for me. If you do get a chance to use these, go ahead and use them if you need to come back for an emergency to get something. Now, next up, we have these advanced capsules. Now, before we get to that point, I need to make sure in my inventory that I have these so I can demonstrate how you use advanced capsules. I do have advanced capsule A. Okay, thank you. So we're going to go to quest list. We're going to go to advanced quests. We're going to use the forest as an example. Okay, now before we go there real quick, let me show you another thing. Each of these quests have a very hard or super hard sort of difficulty. You'll notice in the bottom where it says conditions for acceptance that you will have to pay a certain capsule and you have to be a certain level. So for the first part, you have to be level 40 and up, and you have to pay 1 advanced capsule A. And for super hard, you have to be level 55, and you have to pay the advanced capsule D 10 of them. You got to pay 10 of these to do this version. But for this shit, I'm only just going to show you. I'm not going to do the mission. So we're going to go ahead and start it. Go into this. And now you're going to see this right here is going to pop up in my way. I can't go through. It won't let me in. Now, let me go back real quick for this. This isn't just going to pop up for advanced missions. You're going to get this popped up if you do the Tokyo bonus keys, the Kasuchi bonus keys, and the Rappy Fever bonus keys. So when you do those missions, this is going to pop up and will not unlock until you have those keys. So keep in mind when you see this, it also pops up for those key missions too. Now, when you pop up to this gate right here, you're going to get 2 options. The first option is you get to pay separately, as does everybody in your party. And if you look on the left, you have a row of shit that lists what you got in here. So the top is how many members in your party. I'm the only one. The required items, advanced capsule A, they want me to pay 1. And then the third part is the threat level. Okay, so let's say, for example, I'm going to pay separately. Next up, we have another menu that's going to pop up. So here you can either cancel if you don't want to do this, confirm if you're ready to go, or change the method. If you change the method, you will then want to pick leader pace for everyone. Sometimes, you know, your friends or other people in your party don't have the capsules on them. Don't worry about it. If you have enough capsules of a certain letter, you can pay it for everyone. But this does mean you're also going to have to pay for the threat level, which is what we're about to get to next. In these missions, there's a certain thing called a threat level that's only exclusive to this type of mission. When you pay the threat level, you have to give up additional advanced capsules to do this. Every time you do this, it's a better chance for you to get better rare drop rates, better rare items, and you also get rare variants of different enemies. Remember how I said a bit earlier that there are certain bosses that will pop up a bit earlier based off of which stories you've done or which areas you've been to? Well, they will pop up in different forms or in different colors. These are the rare variant enemies that are only exclusive depending on how high your threat level is. Now, you don't have to pay the advanced capsule bonus requirement for the threat level to go up. When you do these missions every single time, your threat level, if it's at 0, for example, mine is not right now, will go up by 1. And it will cap at plus 50 threat level. Once it caps at a plus 50 threat level, you can't go any further, and that's the maximum. Another thing to keep in mind that I've learned too, the different variations and higher levels you do will also play a part in this as well. Because this means now that all the enemies are going to have much more XP given, but they're going to have more HP, and they're going to be a little bit of a pain and a hassle to take out. But if you do manage to survive, aka if you come across different rare versions of bosses, there's even better loot for you, you know? And a bunch of other shit like the photon boosters and etc. So once you pay these types of capsules and do all this shit here, you can do each of these. Now, another thing with these missions that I've learned as well is you're going to come across other versions of advanced capsules. So one of the missions I did earlier, way earlier, damn it. I keep always fucking up like that. I'm gonna go to right here. The Advanced Directive Dragon Ultra mission. As you can see right here, they have a payment of 1 Advanced Capsule C. When I did this mission, I found out I was able to get Advanced Capsules A from the enemies that I've killed. Each and every one of these enemies, depending which mission you do, will drop different capsules. So make sure to keep an eye out for which capsules you're going to go for when you're doing these missions, so you can stock up on those missions capsules to get them prepared for all the other ones. Alright, so we got all that stuff down. We got these right here. Not those. We got the recommendeds done. Expeditions basically saying shit there already. We don't have to do that. Arcs right here, missions. These I'm not going to explain either because, like I said, you're going to come across this every once in a while and you're recommended, but these are mostly the weak versions. If you want to do all these when you're at a low level, go ahead. These also can be used to kill off the client orders that I showed you outside earlier in this video. So keep an eye out for that. And then we already did all these. Up next here, we have the time attack missions. Now, I have not done any of these, but there are certain people that will require you to do these as client orders. If you do want to tackle those client orders, go ahead. I'm not doing these because they're not my style. And moving on to this, we have the Endless Battle quest. Now, this quest is a little bit difficult. In order to do these types of quests, you have to be prepared. And I'm about to block this motherfucking spammer. Okay, no. No, I'm about to block these spammers. No, I'm not doing this shit today. No. I'm already not feeling the fuck good. You got me fucked up. I'm not doing this shit today. I'm about to block the spammer. Alright, spammer's fucking blocked. I'm about to end this video pretty soon. I'm blocking that spam. I'm not dealing with this shit. We're still a little fucked up at this. I'm gonna try to see if I can rest it off in a bit. Probably not gonna be drinking my Coke. I didn't even drink that much after what just happened, so I'm gonna put this in the fridge after. But moving on. These missions are gonna unlock at a certain point. I believe these unlocked around level 60 and so. And the reason why I say you gotta be very prepared for these, because these are timed. You have to get a certain score limit within the time limit, and if you don't get it right away, you immediately fail the quest. So make sure you come heavily prepared. The other thing I've seen here is the more enemies you kill kind of quicker in this shit, the better it raises it up. But the timer does go down pretty quick, and it's not that easy. I've done this the first time, and it was a hassle. There's also a level 80 version if you're ready for it, but you need to have your main and subclass at level 80. So keep that in mind too. Next up here, we have Extreme Quests. Extreme Quests are a little bit different here and there. You're going to basically go around, kill different things. You have to do 5 stages for these. Now, these quests are a bit unique in a sort of way. Whatever enemy you kill, you're going to come across these little special drops here. I like to call these the storage drops. And this is why I call them this. When you do these quests, you don't keep this item in your inventory. Rather, they're gonna send this item when you're done doing every stage in this damn thing into a special storage. And at the end of the damn 5th stage, or the 5th stage, my bad, you're gonna be able to keep what you've earned. Now, I would not recommend doing these unless you want to get certain things tackled, like achievements and missions. Because most of the crap here is not that good, and you could just earn half of this crap in other better missions. But if you want to try them yourself, go ahead. I won't stop you. Next up, we have Ultimate. I've already done this on my Braver, and I can tell you this right now. It's the same shit I said with the other mission, which was the not extreme variation, but I believe it was the Endless. Please come prepared for these, because these are going to fuck you over very hard. I could not take out an enemy with my Braver. I got killed off in a matter of seconds. That's how bad and brutal I got messed up. And then over here we have what's called a Retroid quest. Basically, it's just a quest where you ride around this little vehicle, this little space-like motorcycle vehicle. It's nothing to worry about much. If you want to fuck around with it, go ahead. And then there's these challenge quests right here. Okay, so for this one, I have done, so I can explain what this is. So you guys remember, like, the battle arena thing I told you about? The PvP scroll where people get prizes and shit? Well, if you guys saw a little bit earlier in the video, when I was talking to the other guy for his swap shop for the X Cubes, there was a guy on the left side of him that you may have noticed, and I didn't go to him for a reason. That guy is known as the Mileage Exchange Shop, and he actually takes a special currency called Mileage Points. You can only earn those points by doing these kinds of quests called Challenge Quests. Now, there's a reason why they're called Challenge Quests. I found out this the hard way. In Challenge Quests, you don't get to use your shit. I mean, you don't get to use your weapons, you don't get your units, you don't get nothing. You are completely naked with nothing of weaponry. None of the shit you have equipped, they're going to take it away. Kind of like in the battle arena. There is a catch for these missions, however. You have to find, loot, and earn your weapons. And when you come into these missions, and I learned this extremely painfully and brutally, like all the other crap, you have to fight with your bare fists. So basically, think of it like you're lost in a fucking jungle with nothing but a freaking wooden club. That's how bad these missions are. But if you can manage to get past them and circum them, you can earn mileage points, which you can use in that one other shop to earn really good rewards. And I believe skins and other shit. So keep in mind, if you want to do those missions, just know what you're in for. Aside from the stories here that we have done, there are 6 stories in general. Now, if you have not been following my stream a bit, I've already gone all the way to episode 5 right now, and I'm still continuing from there. So go ahead and check out my other Pso2 videos to see the rest of the story. That's up to you if you want to. If you don't want to spoil yourself, watch the video at your own time. This right here is basically the photo studio. There are certain areas you can unlock based on how far you got in a story. You can use these to take pictures. Something that's not that bad to use. Kind of, I think NGS has something similar. I don't know. So ask your friends, whoever does this photo crap, if they have something similar. I don't do this. Next up here, you have practice quests. If you want to practice using certain classes, come over here. They'll teach you everything and anything you need to know about them, as well as how to use the weapons. Again, like I said, I probably didn't, explain any of the classes to the best of my abilities. And again, I apologize. I know this guy may have had some things I've said that was completely doo-doo and dog shit. But like I said, this is going off based off what I've learned before I got help from other people, so please understand I'm still learning to this day as I'm playing this version. So if you don't like that, you can kiss my ass. I'm just gonna say that because I know a lot of people are very, very judgmental in this kind of game. Both here and YouTube. And I just don't have time for that shit. Up next here, we have the trigger quests. Now, if you earn any of the triggers from buying them within the personal shop, or if you earn them from the exchange shops that I've shown you up there, there are some you can exchange those items I showed you. You can earn trigger keys. Each of these trigger keys are basically based off of all the missions that you've done in the story. All the bosses that you've seen in every single story episode, they're all going to pop here. You want to fight said enemy again and just screw him over once again because you hate his guts? Get a trigger key. You just want to fuck him over for shits and giggles? Get a trigger key. You want to get a rare drop? Need I say any more? Now, there are certain things I need to explain for these keys. I don't have all the other keys I've used, so I only have these left. But there are some that will start off right away at the extreme hard to ultra hard difficulty. And you need to make sure that you're at that level requirement before you can start those keys off. But some of the keys, like this one right here, you can start off at level 20 and go all the way to ultra hard to get the best loot. Now you see this one right here has a whole listing. And I don't know why, but those who have played the game that at least know what the hell they're at least talking about, like me. Can you tell me why the hell there is a blank spot on these versions? This one right here has a blank spot. This has a blank spot at very hard. I don't know why the fuck. There's another one at the very end that has a blank spot. I don't know why. And I did remember looking it up on the Bisophone website, and they don't say shit about it. So, if any of you who actually have played this game for the longest, unlike me, can you tell me in the comments why the fuck is there nothing of a description for some of these that are blank? Was this meant to be, or is there a reason? Like, is there a special mystery gift you get for doing these versions? I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you can help me out with that. I'm trying to figure it out for reference if the day comes that I reach somewhere around level 100 when that day comes. And then you got this right here that's, you know, extreme hard. And right here, if you want to click over and play around in the battle arena, you just click this right here. These are right here the conditions. I'm going to read them off that you will have that you're going to have to follow. And if you don't want to follow them, then sucks to be you. Don't come here. Only the special battle warrior class is permitted. What they mean by this is that when you jump in an arena, they're going to give you a special class exclusive to the arena called the Battle Warrior. Battle Warriors can only use the battle weapons, which are based off the weapon camos that I showed you in the Battle Coin Barter shop. You can only use that shit. Also, a second thing that they're listing here, photon arts, techniques, and class skills will show unlearned. You are only going to learn regular moves off the weapons. You're not going to get all the stuff that we know. They're going to screw you over that much. Everybody who plays this gets the same thing. You will not be able to carry in any Meseta casino coins, which is what CC stands for, or any of your other items. They're going to remove that shit. Don't bother wasting your time with XP boosters or tri boosters. They will not work in Battle Arena. So just going to let you know right now, if you jump into this version of gameplay, don't use any of that. Don't waste it. It will not work. Next up, you cannot use your storage, your personal, or your alliance quarters during this type of gameplay mode. So they're going to lock you out of all that crap, which is understandable because you remember what I just read up here just a moment ago? You can't carry none of your crap, so don't worry about it. All of your urgent quest notifications, basically whenever your quest line highlights a urgent quest, which it'll usually highlight it in yellow letters. Yeah, if you have one popping up when you come over here, all those notifications are going to be canceled. They won't show in this area. Also, you can only access a special version of friend list, all your mail, and your symbol arts. You can't use the emote symbol arts that you have there. There's some special ones they'll give you there, a special friend list for whoever's playing in here, and a special mail. Also, your affinity gauge. They won't show it here. So yeah, keep in mind there's a lot of crap you gotta follow for regulations if you want to play this version of gameplay. And like I said, if this is not for you, don't play it. Don't worry about it. This is why I stopped at 204 battle coins and did not touch this crap at all. I just really didn't want it. Over here, yeah, match setting, which I don't touch because regardless, I just don't fucking care regardless. I just play with whoever. I like one of my friends who, he's a little bit of a crybaby. He just bitches when anyone other than me joins him in a party. Not a PSN chat party. I mean like an actual party in base Pso2. So, yeah, I pretty much covered almost everything that I've learned from here and now. Excluding the higher difficulty shit, like where to do stuff and here and there. I'm pretty much giving you the best of my abilities what I can. Give the game a try. It's free to play. If you don't like it, at least you did something. It is better played with friends. I do have quite a good amount of friends on my friends list, and I always play this. I'm always on daily, whenever I'm not too busy, sometimes weekends, playing this. So if you ever want to, go ahead and add me. My information's in the channel description. I am, like I said, when I'm not too busy, daily playing this. And I do not mind giving you a hand. I have other people that can probably give you better knowledge than I can. Like I said, I'm still learning to this day playing this. And yeah, we don't mind helping you around, leveling up, all this other shit. I'm pretty good at killing certain enemies off that you probably won't be able to. That can help you out with that. I do that for a friend of mine.
Signs of dark false persona have been
you know, here that.
Oh!
Whoa, 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 whoa! Oh, well, look at this. I was just about to end this video, and we might be ending it off on a banger. You guys are actually going to get to see an urgent quest right now on this video. So, guess what? We're actually going to extend this for a little bit. Yeah, I don't care if anything. I'm not using the crap. I can earn that easily. We're going to give it a few minutes so I can show you an urgent quest and how this shit works. Wow. Thank you, Pso2. You just saved me some time there. And also for the mag and other things, like I said, you know, it's better if you listen to explanations and look this up so that I don't go there. So stuff like this and all that, I'm going to leave it to the game or someone else to teach you better, because I probably suck at explaining it. But yeah, we have a urgent quest here. Now, I don't know if it's activated yet, or do we have to wait? We have to wait a few seconds. But I'm going to show you how exactly an urgent quest works. So like you just heard right now, you're sometimes going to hear a voice on the intercom that's going to explain, oh, for example, Dark Falls Persona, or one of the Dark Falls members, or some certain evil bad guy is out in the open somewhere in space and we need to go fight him. When that happens, this is what you're going to see. Look up in the ceiling and you're going to see this. You're going to see the screen, the ceiling top is going to turn red with emergency. And if you come over here to this screen right here, and the screen at the very end of the left over there, they're going to change from the screens that they were originally displaying, and are basically just going to display a little demonstration of what the hell we're in for. Usually for the boss as well as where we're going, and it's here and there. So whenever an urgent quest is about to happen, keep an eye out for that shit entirely. Now, other than that shit being said, yeah, there's pretty much not much I gotta show you except for the urgent quests. So unfortunately, we had to wait a few minutes for them to ready it up. Like NGS, where, well, unlike NGS, my bad, because in NGS, if you're waiting for any type of quest, usually we go out in the open, and there's actually a timer that's displayed on your screen. Here in Pso2, you have to keep checking. So, as you guys saw right here, I don't know why it keeps doing that. We have to keep coming over here, and we have to keep clicking on the quest line until it pops up in yellow letters, urgent quest, and we can then go into it. So we don't have a timer here in the base version, unlike the NGS version, where we don't have to worry about that shit. We just stay out in the open and screw around with somebody until the timer runs down, and hey, quest is ready, go do it. As you can see, everybody here is not doing that. They're just sitting around here twiddling their thumbs. Well, depends on which one of these people decides to do it. I've been around here in the gate area quite a lot because, you know, I do missions. So a lot of these people are actually locals. When you play this game, you're going to see a lot of familiar faces that are going to be here often, every now and then. Most of these guys, like I said, I call them locals because they're always going to be with you in your missions here and there, whether you like it or not, or you're going to see them around here every once in a while. And these guys practically live in the game. I'm not kidding. Like, when I wake up next day tomorrow, or by the time you're watching, it's already Monday, I'm going to see them in the game still. Like, these guys practically live in the fucking game. I'm not joking. Me personally, I cannot keep this game running like them, because I'm not made out of money like that. But goddamn, these guys practically are on even after I get off when this stream is done. They're going to still be here. Like, Jesus Christ, I'm not surprised that this is going to turn into SAO, where they practically, like, link start their asses into the game. Now, I know we're going to be waiting for the Game Gears things. I'm going to do this real quick. I have to go take a small bathroom break, guys. I apologize doing this in the middle of this video. And while that's going on, I'll run back because it's going to take a while for the urgent quest to be done, and I also got to go badly. So I will be right back real quick. Sorry about this, guys. Normally, I don't do this certain streams from rare occurrences, but yeah, I got to do it badly right now. I'll be right back. Alright. Kind of back, okay, here we go. I'm back. Give me a sec, guys. Gotta make sure. Okay, I'm good. I'm good. Oh my god. I hope I really did not screw up my throat. I'm most certainly gonna have to do something about this after I'm done here. So yeah, I had to take a quick little bathroom break and chat. So if you're when you're watching this video, my bad, guys, on that. And yeah, we still don't have the urgent quest. So like I said, compared to NGS, we do not have a timer, so we don't know how long we gotta wait for it to start. So that's kind of sucks. We gotta wait a bit until they're ready. But when it is ready, we're gonna get another announcement on the type of intercom that's gonna tell us to get ready and all this shit. So yeah.
Hello. Hello.
Oh yeah, I should probably go ahead and show you this guys a little bit here, but I recommend you kind of do this when you're a higher level in a way. So this right here is called a collection folder. So when you do certain missions, you're going to get a little meter at the very end that will kind of fill up when you use specific quests and shit. And when you come over here, you're going to get a sheet that has all these really nice looking weapons. Now, depending on if you have the requirements, like this one needs range power of 880 and all this shit, you can use these. But it does take a while for you to fill up the condition for it. And also, there's another thing you gotta worry about. When you're doing your next quest after it's maxed out to 100%, you have to make sure you get very lucky. Again, RNG says kind of like getting a rainbow key from the recommended quest that the weapon drops. And when it drops, you have to be very careful because it's not going to show up in name. You have to get it from an appraisal weapon. At least what I heard, but sometimes you can't get it in in name without doing such a thing. It's whatever, but it's a very low chance that to happen.
Welcome.
Okay, so over here where I'm at next, while we're waiting, this right here is the title keeper. So when you're doing your story quests and all this other stuff, eventually you're going to want to come over here. You're going to be told in a little message on your screen that you got to come talk to this person. And you're going to get lists of rewards as well as titles. Now, each of these usually will have a reward here. You guys can see there's some here for tribe boost. There's one right here for a weapon of high rarity. And there's a bunch of different stuff. Some of these I've already unlocked. They're quite easy. Photon spears. You can see right here, some are for X cubes, some are for the enhancements, XPs. There's a lot of different stuff. Now, if you're very lucky on these, some of the earlier ones will give you a good amount of star gems. So keep an eye out for those as well when you get in there. But by then, by the time you're done doing story early on and all the shit, you're really gonna focus on arc quests or arc missions. And if you're doing your stories early on, this is where you want to come to get all your earlier story rewards and all this shit. You're going to also get a message for that when you're doing certain stuff like story, urgent quests, and etc. your first time, to come over here and obtain your shit. And if you get certain things done, you get like star gems, you can see there, X cubes, XP tickets. That's me. I got to reach a class level of 80, which I think the closest is my Braver, to get this 1 million XP ticket, which holy crap, that's really high. So yeah, that's some of the things to worry about when you're doing your quests. Keep an eye out for that and the title keeper over there. And these guys are playing with those swing lights that you use at concerts. Okay. Take that weird lady with the okay dress and the weird looking chicken or turkey and get to stepping. Nobody wants you guys here. Nah, just fucking you guys. I'm not in the mood right now. My shit's kind of fucked up a bit. Besides the personal shop and all this, you guys can order down your time, so I'm not going to go through all that. We're just waiting for the urgent quest to pop up real quick. And then after that, I'm going to close out the video. Just a little longer than usual. I did not think that that was going to pop up out of nowhere. I don't want to check right now, but I kind of want to just in case that it decided to pop up now. Yeah, no, we would have gotten it already on the list. Son of a... Thing is, I did not want to make this that long, but, you know, there was a lot of shit to show you, and I wanted to end it right away. And then they just had to say Dark Falls Persona had to pop up, and look where we are right now. Oh boy. I have to go through all this. Why the hell couldn't they put a timer for... Thank God they did that in NGS at least.
Emergency announcement. We are commencing.
All right, there we go.
Offensive against
So
Dark
that
Falls
would be
Persona.
the second notification to verify that we got it ready. Now, when we are ready, you're going to see on your screen right here, we got that little icon right there, the percentage, and we got a timer. We got it for 30 minutes, so we got to hurry up and start this shit or we miss out. So when your urgent quests pop up, you're going to get this. Now you're going to click on that, you're going to get the urgent quest right here. Now, again, like all the other shit, you got normal version all the way to ultra hard. So keep in mind what version you're gonna try doing it, and you know that's the shit. I kind of want to test my luck here. Test my luck. I am so stupid for doing this, but I swear to God, if I can get anybody for this, I will love these locals a lot more. Now, as you guys can see, there were two options. I can't show it now because they're already in here, but you can choose to use, to click on current block, which lets you use players here, or click on the multiple blocks if there's other players in the other block areas, and search there and see how many more are doing the same level of difficulty I am. So I'll let you guys see the cutscenes for some of these. And there he is. Hello. Yeah, some of these urgent quests have a really badass looking cutscenes. Alright, so we're gonna want to come in here. We're gonna pick our little health drink. We're gonna want to buy our shit. I pray to God that we get somebody for this, because I don't want to keep this video any longer than it already is. I'm not feeling well right now from my throat after what just happened. I'm hoping somebody pops up, and after that, I'm going to end the video, because I got to go cure this. Alright, we got a level 57 that joined. And yeah, another thing about this, sometimes some players will get added to your party if they join on your level. That's the thing to keep an eye out for. Okay, so it says that we got 5 people, and you can tell on the little top right corner, you can see that little green square. That tells you how many players you can have now. Mostly urgent, at least all of them, I know that. Can go up to a maximum of 12 players, but we never have reached that high. I'm usually seeing the highest that goes up to is like anywhere from 6 to 8 players in these kinds of quests. So you guys can see there are 1, 2 idiots running. A third one here, just standing. Another one's in here. Oh, we got 7 now. Holy shit. Now, it may go a little higher because of the rarity, so I wouldn't surprise if it goes past 8. Because there are certain moments when that does happen. I would say I'm going to use my shift essence on them, but this would waste itself right beforehand. Although I could just use it right now. Here, take this. I don't know how long it'll last for them though, Okay, we got all 7 people. I'm gonna start it now since, fuck it, I'm not waiting. And I want to get off at this guy. I gotta clear my throat. I'm sorry for these guys that they wanted to wait. I'm not waiting any longer. Man, my throat's starting to really hurt right now. I swear, I hope I don't go sore and you know the rest of the shit.
Your objective is to destroy Dark Ball's persona, which is
I'm gonna raise the volume a little bit for this one so you guys can hear it. It's pretty cool.
The target is trying to destroy the entire universe. All arcs must pool their strength and stop them at any cost.
All right, here we go.
Emergency code due.
What lies ahead is a series of revelations.
This is a staggeringly massive reading. Don't let it leave this spot.
Alright, no, please don't be a bitch today, buddy. Come on. No, buddy, come on, not today. Oh shit, I forgot. Oh god, oh god. I didn't see that big ass AoE was gonna blast like that. I gotta be careful. Go to taste, go to taste, go to taste, go to taste. Where'd he go? That's so fucking nice. You can change masks. Nobody cares, buddy boy. What's he trying to... Is it really following us? Oh, no. Alright, buddy boy. You were annoying beforehand when I first met you, and you're still annoying now. There you go, let me give that to the other person in my party. Help them out a little. I hear a dog barking. Somebody's a summoner. I recognize that barking anywhere. That's one of the summoner pets. We got this. Come on, guys. I believe in all of you, and I can't believe I'm saying that for the first time in randoms. I normally don't say something like that. You are going to die, because after this, I am getting the fuck out. I gotta heal my throat. Alright, I'm gonna stay a little silent. I don't know if you guys can hear it, because the music that plays for this is really, really nice. Oh god, I forgot I forgot something about this guy. If we let this go off, he's gonna watch that everybody. When I hit equip. I know someone's gonna sound, but I just gotta warn you guys for it. Whenever you do this one, be careful when he does that. And yeah, he does it twice, so be careful. And we got him! God, that was a lot of XP. Adios, motherfucker. Great way to end this video. Now, I wonder what the drop rates, the drops are going to be for this. Oh, yeah. You guys are also going to get to see how it works, like getting a mission reward-wise and everything. We did this in 9 minutes, I think that's what it said. Alright, so you guys can see they broke the diamond. When you break it, you usually get a lot of stuff like this. So, yeah, welcome to playing these kind of missions. No, excuse me, I'm going to be picking off of some of this shit. I'll pick some of it and look at off screen. No. Oh, damn, I'm gonna see if I can take something for this. Now, see right here, real quick, let me show you. When you get that collection sheet, the first time for any of the ones you're going for, this is going to pop up. It's going to say collection sheet results. Every time you do these kinds of missions, you're going to get meter going up a little bit. When it reaches max, like I told you before, the next time you do another mission and you get that little diamond to pop up, the red one for your red drop shit, you're going to get that item, or the weapon, the appraisal one. You gotta make sure it pops up to the weapon you want. Now, if we did this correctly, there's something else I should be able to show you guys. Give me a second. It's not showing up right now for some weird reason. I don't know why it's not showing up. There was something else that's supposed to happen whenever when we get one of these missions done. I'm gonna leave this party. We're done already here. We're done. Right. We still got 18 minutes. We're not gonna be able to show it, and I kind of want to get off now to heal this. I don't want to keep this video any longer. But let me go ahead and explain what I'm talking about that I was trying to show you guys. So I'm gonna need to go to my character info for this. So on the right side where current effects are, when that timer right there, the little red indicator on the middle of your screen ends, they're going to reward you sometimes with either one of a few things. Either a augment 8 little gift, which will go off for like about 30 or 40 minutes. You usually will get an XP 100% booster or a rare drop rate booster for 100%. And it's only going to last for between 30 and 40 minutes or so, a little bit lesser than that, depending on what kind of mission you've done and how long they decide to give it to you for. So use it while you can. And I was going to try to see if they give it out right now since we did that, but I guess it only works if that timer runs fuck to 0. However, if everybody can hurry the hell up and kill it, that's happening. But I'm not going to be around to show you guys. I'm going to get off because I apologize. I have to go clear shit with my throat, and I'm not sure. I'm going to put this damn drink in a fucking fridge after this. I'm not going to drink this anymore. I got to fuck my throat up a little bit now. I'm just got to trying to clear it up here and shit. It kind of hurts. But, yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, just so it shows you what you're going to expect when you're playing the base version here and there. Go ahead, check out the game, free to play for PS4, PS5. And yeah, if you guys want any help and want to join me and shit, my information is in the channel description. Like I said, I'm always on daily unless I'm otherwise busy. So, yeah, hit me up whenever you've added me on PSN, and I don't mind giving you a hand. Me and my other friends will be happy to help you out with anything you need. But yeah, anyways, before I make this shit any longer, I'm going to go ahead and end this shit up. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks so much, guys, for checking this video out. And yeah, I will resume PSO2 story on Tuesday unless I decide to change my mind otherwise, but I don't think so. Just so I can give this game a bit of a break, try something else for once. With that being said, guys, I hope you enjoy checking this out. And yeah, now you know a few things of what to expect and what to do in this game. I can't wait to see you guys in this game, and who knows, you may come across this character right here in armor and this creepy mask. Check out the game. I really recommend you do this. Give it at least a chance based on all the things I've taught you. I've given you pretty much everything I can to the best of my abilities. Whether you use this knowledge or want to learn by yourself is up to you. So yeah, when you're done checking out this video, you now have some knowledge of what you can learn. Everything from classes, to missions, to rare drops, to weapons, to abilities. Well, not abilities, but you know what I'm talking about. Special classes and all that shit. So, yeah. Hope this video kind of helps you out to the best of the abilities I can make it. And with that being said, I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.